Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. If you've not been here before, a massive warm welcome, and if you have, welcome back. I really do appreciate your support. So this is going to be my weekly Shop My Stash review. So I do these every Monday and it's just a chance for me to tell you what I think of the products that I've been using that I picked out the previous week. So let me just talk about a couple of project pan items I've got. So we've got this Tartelette Tease palette, which I did start last year. I think it was like halfway through the year last year, and I did use that Whisper shade there, and I do want to get some more use out of this palette this coming year. But really I want to focus on this one. It's the Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I've got Pretty Random on my phone and it's chosen 5 eyeshadows, and I've chosen like a transition shade because it didn't really bring up a transition shade and I didn't want to dip into other palettes, so I thought I might as well use this palette because I do want to get more use out of it. That video will be going up on Friday, so we won't say any more about that one. This one is the Revolutions Neutrals versus Neutrals palette. I haven't used this week. I really wanted to. I've still got a couple more days to use it, so I think I've used it once since I brought it out of the collection, and that was last week. It really does remind me of the Too Faced Peachy Mattes, especially these shades here. So I do want to use it and see how I feel about it, see if it has a place in my collection. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using that. I've got a feeling I might have to keep it in for another week. Then we've got the Winky Looks palette that I used for my Try It Thursday. I think this will be going back, and then I'll be pulling it out to use the mauve toned eyeshadows. I'll just show you what they look like if I can without putting the camera down. I'm going to end up breaking it. Why are palettes so hard to open one-handed? Got it. Right, so the mauve toned shades that I will be using next time are along here. I used that shade. What shades? So I used that in the inner corners. What's that one called? Socialite. I used that one as a transition shade, so that's New Money. I used this dollar sign all over the eyelid, and I used this bankroll in the outer corner and deepened it out with this Wine and Dine shade, and it looked really nice. That's actually on the channel now, so I'll link it here. And then next time when I use this palette, I want to use like the more mauvey tone shades. I'll probably use this one again in the outer corner, but in the inner corner I think I'm going to use that shade, which is Trust Fund. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing another look with it. It is a gorgeous palette. It's got really nice, especially the shimmers. The shimmers are more metallics. It's got really nice pigmentation on it, and yeah, I can't really say any more about it than that really. I'll be doing a review on this palette at some point. Then we have this PS Bronze Highlight and Glow palette. Really like this. I'll keep this in for another week. I won't switch it out on Wednesday just because I want to get a little bit more use out of these highlighters. So we've got Sunbeam and Siesta. Now I normally mix those highlighters together, and I've also been using Sundown as a bronze topper. I don't really use this one. I use it for eyeshadow sometimes. And then the last palette in here, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow today, just that one there, that Wolseley one. So this is the Catrice Glamazing eyeshadow palette. Now I've had this nearly a year in my collection. I got it for my birthday last February and I turned 42 in 4 weeks time, so I've had it nearly a year, and this is my first attempt of me using it. I will be doing a review on this palette. I've used every single shade in here apart from that Wolseley eyeshadow there. So yeah, I'll be using that today, and then on Wednesday it can go back finally. It's been in here about 2 or 3 weeks. Right, and then we're gonna just go into the drawer. So we'll start off where we normally start off. This I haven't used this week. This I've used probably about once. This is the Too Faced Blinded by the Light highlighter. It's really, really pretty, and I've used this once or twice. This one is the Dior Nude Air Luminizer in 002. It is super soft. I love that. And then we've got this one here. This one is the PS Pure highlighter in Arctic Ice. I think I'm going to be decluttering this one just because it is quite a dark shade. I can't get it open because I'm holding the camera with one hand, but it's quite a dark shade. It's not so dark. It's pretty much that shade that it shows on the sticker. So yeah, I might be decluttering that one. Then here, these just stay in all the time really. I do want to use this at some point, that's why it's there. So that shade, that's an eye pigment from Milk Makeup and the shade After Party. And then in here we've got all my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Then here we've got blushes and bronzers. So we've got this Essence Silky Touch blush. I thought this would be getting decluttered. It's in the shade Indian Summer, but I actually really like it. Then I have this Clinique Ginger Pop. This is stunning and isn't going anywhere. It's fairly new to the collection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it in for another week just to get some more use out of it, and it's in the shade Ginger Pop. I do want to get some more of them. They are on the more expensive side, but they are totally worth it. This is a less expensive product. It's the Natural Collection bronzer, and it's in the shade Sunshine. Now if you're a pale girl like me, that's how pale I am, about as pale as they come, that bronzer will be a good one for you. They do, I think, 2 or 3 other shades for deeper skin tones as well, so it is worth checking out, and it is just only $2.99 or something like that. It could be even $1.99. It's $1.99 or $2.99 at Boots. Then we've got this Anastasia, let's speak Andrea, Anastasia blush trio. Why can't I say that today? So yeah, you get 3 blushes. You get Nectarine, Ginger, and what's that one? Miami. That's really pretty. I don't think I'll be able to get it open. Oh, got it open. Right, so that orange one, Miami shade there, is the one that I got this for, because I've got blushes like that in other palettes. I wanted to try the formula out, of course, but I didn't really need it. I didn't need the actual trio, but because it had that like orange tone blushing, I really wanted that. I don't have anything like that in the collection, so that's that. Then the last thing in that little middle compartment there is this Sephora bronzer. So this is the lightest shade that they do. I don't know if they still do this one at Sephora. I got this when I went to Portugal a couple of years ago with my mum. It's not the best bronzer in my collection, but it is quite a good bronzer. I've only just started using it, and I actually don't mind it. I've used it before in my shop, my stashes, and I've only used it like once or twice this week, so I do want to use it the next couple of days and get some more use out of it before it goes back in the collection. Right, so project pans. So these are all my project pans. So we've got the Body Shop Brow Duo there, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette there, which is, I've nearly finished all of that, and the Imagination Highlight to the Moon palette, so they tend to stay there. Then we've got all these tend to stay in until I've used them. I use this one. This is the Stila Smudge Pot in the shade Kitten. I use that just for my inner corners as a cream highlight. It's really, really pretty. And then these I want to get a little bit more use out of. This is just an empty packet for the Lip Lover lip gloss that I got. I can never remember the name. It just has the number. It just has the number on the actual packet. Sorry, tube, should I say. But on this it does say Rose Ballet. So in case you ever forget the name of it, I've got that to refer back to. I've not used that in a while actually. And then this one I have used, I think, about once since I put it in here. I do want to get more use out of it. It really is pretty. So I'll leave that there a little bit longer. Right, so then it's face products. So I've been using this PS Pro Longwear foundation. It's in the shade Porcelain, but I have only used it, I don't know, maybe once or twice. I have been getting more use out of this one. This one is the Bourjois City Radiance foundation in the shade, what shade are you? Rose Ivory. Which in fairness is a little bit too dark, but I mix it with this one and it looks really, really nice. Then I've been using this Wet n Wild pressed powder. Can't stop shaking. Wet n Wild pressed powder, and this one is in the shade Neutral Beige. So yeah, I've been using that. That'll go back on Wednesday with the rest of those products there. And also this one, I've been using this Japanesque Radiance Primer when I've been using that Primark foundation, because the Primark foundation is a matte foundation. I've also been using this Kiko False Lashes Concentrate. It's basically a top coat mascara to give you a false lash effect. Really, really good. I was using this Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect waterproof mascara. Wow, that's quite the mouthful, but I really don't like it, and I'm going to be doing a review on it, so that's staying in there until I do that mini review. I've also been using this Revolution Fast Base Concealer in the shade C2. This is part of my project pan, but I've not really said it's in a project pan. Whenever I use a concealer, I don't use any other concealers, and I just use it one at a time, basically, just like with my mascaras. Then we've got this little sample size Prime Time by Bare Minerals primer. So this is nearly done now. I think it'll be done in the next week or so. I've also been using this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. This will be going back into the collection on Wednesday. This is in here, but I've not really had any use for it this week. It's a Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue, so that will just stay in there. Also, I've not wore this week either. This is the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Enhancer. I need to make more use out of that. I've been using this every single day. It's the Essence but first Espresso eyeliner. Really, really love that. It's a favourite, and when I've used it up, I'll buy a new one. I've also been using this every day. It's the NYX Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil. I really, really like that. And then I've not been using this. I've not used this in a couple of weeks, just because I did have another mask to use, and I've used that up now, so I'm going to use this week. It's the Pink Clay and Golden Glow Multi Mask by La Cura. I can never pronounce that properly. It's, if you don't know, La Cura are a brand by Aldi. I have done a video on this, but I made a bit of a pig's ear of it. That's going to be going up very, very soon, so you can see what I mean. But yeah, this is everything here in my weekly Shop My Stash review. A lot of it's going to be going back on Wednesday, and we'll choose some more items for the week. So I guess I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Bye.